we talk about all things metal. I think it's a little dark in here for some reason. I'm not sure why. You know what? Let me hurry and do this. It's a little better. Normally, I like to have the ambience of the colorful lights in the background, which is actually one of them's blue. But just so you know, well, welcome back to the voicemail where we talk about all things metal. Sorry. Anyway, sorry about that. It was less like, well, this doesn't look right. And with the technical difficulties I've been having with my computer, I'm hoping to get, at least something close or a little bit better. And it doesn't sound nearly as good, I'm sure, because the microphone on my phone is not really as good as my microphone on my computer. Right now, we are going to go move on to Connecticut for metal bands. Hopefully, if you know a Connecticut metal band, let me know in the comments below. I did get somebody that mentioned a band a while ago. I'm not sure if it was on one of my shorts or if it was on one of the videos. I don't recall, but it was rather interesting. So I think I tried checking them out and I couldn't find them. So I'm hoping I'll hear back from the person that actually recommended the band, and I can't remember. I thought it was an all female metal band, but maybe not. Which reminds me, there was an actual video I just saw not too long ago about women in metal, and really, quite frankly, I think it's become a really great thing because I think there's a lot of really awesome super deep heavy metal singers along with the more lighter stuff, which is awesome. And I just want to say thanks to all those women out there that are actually going out there and doing that because that means a lot. I think it's really cool. I mean, why should all the guys get all the fun? The women should be in it just as much as the ladies, or the ladies as much as the guys. Anyway, I am going to start off with number 20, and I don't think these are in any particular order. Um, these are underground upcoming comers, so I probably don't have much information about those bands. This one, I'm not sure how you say it. It starts with the A track. It's Billy's, maybe? AtraeBILIS. Just in case you want to look him up to make sure I got it right, because I don't want to mispronounce it. Hartford, I'm trying. Is a black metal band with raw atmospheric sounds and heavy influence by the genre Norwegian roots. So apparently they've got a Norwegian sound, so it's kind of interesting. They're actually in Connecticut. Um, Now this is interesting. Is there a Finland, Connecticut? Because the next one, number 19, is Wolfheart. It says Finland, but I think what it is, they're actually live in Finland, but they're from Connecticut. It looks like similar to B, no, YOB and the Shadows of Interest, um, Shadows of Intent. Sorry, some members come from Connecticut. This band is a metallic metal. I can't say. I gotta say. I gotta pronounce that. I'll get it sooner or later. With blank atmosphere. Anyway, it's supposed to be a metalish type sound. Black metal, actually, is what it says on here. Number 18 is Valkyrie. Waterbury is where, I guess, Connecticut, I would assume. Um, anyway, a female fronted power metal band with soaring vocals and epic melodies. Valkyrie. Sounds kind of cool. Sounds like it might be an awesome female metal band, which is awesome, like I said before. Definitely got to have the women in there because like Ginger, man, she is phenomenal when it comes to the really deep heavy vocals and some of the real lighter not so quite so heavy vocals, so it's a good mixture. I love that kind of stuff. Anything that kind of sets you apart from all the other bands out there but still sounds really good, that's the key, I think, to a good metal song and metal bands. I still like all kinds of different songs, but the ones that really resonate with me, the ones that I think hit it on the mark, like this band, Obituary, I like them just because, like, well, one of my friends said they haven't changed over the years, like some bands have, which I think he's definitely hit it in the nail on the head with that one. Because of the vocals, I think their vocalist, um, I know his name, I just can't think of it off the top of my hand. Tardy, I think. Tardy. That's his last name. his brother Steve and Tardy and Randy, I think, I believe. Anyway, he does such a great heavy thing, just enough to where it's heavy, but where you can really definitely understand the lyrics. If you're a person that listens to metal music a lot, usually people that don't might not pick up on it. People that are into metal, there are some bands that even we can't quite understand some of the words. Or it sounds like they're making, you know, it sounds cool. It just doesn't sound where you can understand it a little bit, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Shadow of Intent is number 17. See here. While not from Connecticut, okay, I guess they're from Stanford, California. Some members hail from the state. Okay, so some of the members and this band is a rising star in the technical death metal scene. I've never heard of technical death metal, so this would be interesting just to hear what they sound like, I think. So that's Shadows of Intent. So if you've never heard of them before and you'd like to check them out yourself, go do it because it sounds like it might be really cool. I've liked like this guy's death metal is really cool, and I definitely like some of the black metal out there too. It'd be interesting to see. Number 16 is Interval Void, Waterbury. A metallic, I can't say it. You know what I'm not going to go into it. Death metal band with a focus of a catchy hooks and powerful vocals. I'll just call it metal death. Melodic death metal. I think I got it right. Anyway, number 15 is Descent from Hartford, Connecticut. A modern thrash metal band carrying the torch of the genre's legacy. Oh, okay. Modern trash metal. I think trash metal is the same as like goth or punk, maybe. I don't know. If anybody knows what the difference is on those, let me know. Put it in the comments below. You probably know more than I do. For me, I am learning as I go for some of this, so I am really actually opened my eyes to a whole lot more than I ever thought possible. And for those who are not well versed in it, will know more about it too, hopefully, with watching some of the stuff on my channel. Well, I learn myself. And that's one of the beauties of it, besides getting to know the band members, which I could have actually done a live thing with September, but I didn't want to, how to say, imply or consider talk. You know what? I could have just asked her. Could I at least just have you, do something really cool? Sing something in the background. Or say something. It'd be kind of cool because she probably would have done it for me. But live on my phone, that would have been cool. Anyway, number 14 is Grizzler from New Haven, Connecticut. This noise rock band. Yeah, this noise rock band. I guess the rock band, not elements of hardcore punk and creative discordant, and challenging sounds. Is it a metal band or is it a punk band? Hardcore punk. Maybe hardcore punk is kind of like a metal band. There are some punk bands that are pretty heavy. Depends on what you're talking about. Grizzler. I'll have to check that one. That'd be interesting. Number 13 is YOB Oregon. Another band from Connecticut, with some Connecticut members. YOB is a doom metal powerhouse known for its atmospheric whatever surroundscapes. Anyway, I gotta figure out how to pronounce that. It's not that great. Number 12. I think I've heard this is Man of War from Bourbon, New York, similar to Carcass and Municipal Waste, which I've heard both of those. Some members come from Connecticut, and this band is a legend. A legend is epic heavy metal scene. So these are diverse delights. I don't know what that means, but anyway, the bands I've been saying just recently. Number 11 is Manipulable Waste from Richmond, Virginia. While not from Connecticut, some members originate from the state. So there are some members that are originally from Connecticut. and this band injects a healthy dose of punk rock energy in their crossover thrash sound. I know that I have heard their stuff, and it's really good. It's really awesome. It's not quite too heavy. It's kind of, like you said, more of a punk, but it has a little bit of a thrash sound to it. It kind of reminds of the old school, like Metallica stuff, maybe roughly. I think that's maybe close to it, but I'm not sure. Number 10 is Cryptica, which I definitely know them very well. I thought they were, it says black metal, but I thought it was more like new metal, but I could be wrong. Uh, Waterford, unless I'm thinking of another band, maybe there's two different names. Cryptica, I don't know. Sorry, black metal. Oh, black metal outfit with a raw and atmospheric sound. So maybe it's kind of in black metal, but then it's kind of got a different sound to it. I don't know. Who knows? Now this one I have not sure if I know how to say it properly. It's A is Anacusis, I think is how you say it. Crucis, maybe Anacrusis. So if anybody knows that band, put in the comments. Well, you probably won't be able to tell me how to pronounce it, but I'll figure it out later. If I listen to them again. New Haven, or listen to them. New Haven, pioneering technical death metal band that's helped shape the genre. Hmm, interesting. That's definitely cool. Pioneering technical death metal. That's helped shape. So it's technical death metal. I think there's two bands that are. Yeah, I think that other one was a technical death metal band. That'd be interesting. Ares is number 8, from New Haven, a progressive thrash metal band with a focus on a technical and intricate songwriting. That's kind of cool. Well, it sounds like it might be a really good band. I don't know. I just hope it has some really heavy vocals because I'm kind of a heavy vocal person. Me personally, that's my thing. Okay, now these are modern metal mayhem bands. They're a little more well known, I guess. Centrix from Winchester, death metal outfit known for their technical proficiency and brutal soundscapes. So that I wonder if the brutal soundscapes have some really, intricate, you know, runs or something like that. Who knows? Now this one I definitely know, and I didn't know this, but they're apparently from England partially. Carcass. And I've heard this one, and they are really good. If you've never heard of Carcass, plus just a little tidbit of information. If you have ever watched Friends, and there is one episode where Chandler and his, I forgot, not Phoebe, what's her name? Monica. Monica. Monica and Chandler are going to get married, right? And they're looking for a wedding dress, and the one lady they were talking about who's going to sing at their wedding, and the one was a polka band for Chandler, but the lady that was looking at dresses there was talking that her husband wanted the band Carcass, and Phoebe knew exactly who it was, which is where, oh, it's Carcass, and I never even knew who they were at the time. That was a long time ago. That was probably when I wasn't even into metal at the time. I don't even know, or else I was just starting my thing or road onto the metal scene. But it's kind of cool. But anyway, I'll shut up now. Number 6 is Carcass. While not from Connecticut, several members hail from the state, and their influence of grindcore is undeniable. So it's grindcore, but I do know from what somebody told me that most of what they talk about in their actual vocals is about medical stuff, because Carcass is supposed to be like doctors, I think, or they know things about being a medical thing. So that's other tidbit of information for you that I've found out. This is somebody that I know that's told me that, but I don't quote me on that because I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he's right. Um, Number 5 is the Black Delilah Murder, which I have heard of them. Waterford metallic metal, death metal masters with a dark and atmospheric edge. I definitely have heard some of their songs, but I'm not sure completely. Oh, the next one is one of my favorites. Well, not one of many. I like a lot of metal bands out there, and I don't hate. And there's a couple I'm not too fond of, but I still listen to some of them. Is number four is Hatebreed. This one, if you've never heard Hatebreed, you definitely need to check this out. Okay, now just so you know, Clover, this is one of my recommendations for you to listen to. They're pretty heavy, but they are really good. They're not super heavy. They're very good with their vocals, and they got a great sound. And a lot of their songs are phenomenal. I, Born to Bleed, Fighting to Succeed, Built to Endure, What This World's Thrown at Me. It's got some really great lyrics too. It's a lot of it has to do with bringing up yourself as far as a person, that your fights, your struggles, or at least his. And to me, that makes you feel like I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let anybody tell me I can't do something, which is awesome. Front runners of the metalcore movement, known for their aggressive sound and mosh-worthy anthems, which they are. They're really awesome, phenomenal stuff. And I think part of it is just because of the lyrics, just like Sepultura, and even Obituary. And there was another band that actually talks about the news and this, that, and the other, and how they're wanting you to know certain things, what they want you to believe in. That's kind of what their message is about in one of their songs. I think it's one of those bands I just mentioned, but I'm not sure. Um, anyway, legendary acts. Number three is Legacy Lord. Now, this one I don't think I have heard of them. They're because it sounds like it's classic heavy metal outfit with a focus on the melody and the tight music ship. So I'm gonna have to check them out. Legacy Lord, Liget Lord, I think is how you say it. Liege Lord. Um, Number two is Obsession. Oh, it's one of my favorite perfumes for the ladies, or you know what I mean. I don't usually care for perfumes and things like that because it's too strong, but that one's not too bad. It's just right, and it's yeah. You don't want to know. No, I'm not going to mention this. Never mind. Thrash metal veterans delivering high octane energy and shredding guitar work. So that is number two at Obsession, which is one of my favorite perfumes, by the way. Like I said, just saying. Number one is Fate's Warning, Farmington, um, from Farmington, Connecticut. Sorry. Pioneering progressive metal band known for their complex arrangements of soaring vocals. So, Fate's Warning, Obsession, and Legacy Lord, I have never heard, or whatever, Legion Lord, or whatever. I have not heard of any of these bands. So, if they're legendary acts, I definitely got to make sure I check them out. So that way I know what they sound like, because I know some of the other ones, number four, number five, number six, number seven. Those I've definitely heard of. Aries, I think I've heard, which is number eight. Cryptica, I definitely have heard. Number 10, Municipal Waste, I've heard. 11. Manowar, definitely have heard. BOYOB, I think that sounds familiar. I don't know if it's that or another one I'm thinking of. But anyway, Grizzlodor, I've never heard of. So I'm trying to think of. Yeah. So I've heard maybe about 20% of the bands, maybe a little bit more that was on the list. Interesting. So, and nobody's on here. I'm so all alone. Anyway, well, if you're ever on here, let me know. And speaking of which, when we're talking about women in metal, I do want to say, and I do appreciate the women that actually have been watching, and I think there's been more women watching the channel because of some of the actual videos about female lead metal bands out there that I've covered. And you know what though? One thing is that I've had more views on those videos than any of the other ones out there so far, including the one from the Max and Igor Cavalier. Igor Cavalier, sorry. I always want to say Igor because of I, but it's Igor Cavalier. I don't know why I say it wrong, but anyway, I'm just saying it's kind of interesting that that shows right there that there's people that are interested in metal bands that have women in it. And I am so happy for them. and I'm hoping that maybe I can interview a few of them for each and every one of you guys, because I think not only will I get a lot of views from that, but also we get to know the ladies of metal. I think that'd be awesome, because to me it's just as good as any of the guys. But don't tell the guys that, right? Anyway, and plus I'm hoping that maybe I could get more women in the channel, because I go to these concerts and I would love to see more women out there, because it'd be awesome to see them, headbanging and all this other stuff. I did get to see a few women at the one concert I was at. I'm trying to. It's Raven Black, and there's a few women I know with September, and even some with Igor Cavalier and Max. Actually, the one I think I've already mentioned. I did mention this. What the one of the ladies that was in the audience was actually the sister of one of the local opening bands there, and I got to talk to her. She was trying to get her brother's attention. I take a picture of him on stage while he's playing the bass guitar with his band, and yeah, it didn't. At first, we weren't sure, so I helped her get his attention, because yeah, he was so focused on what he was doing and enjoying himself so much that he was totally oblivious to hear, or he couldn't even hear me over the people that were there. I don't know. But anyway, we got his attention finally, and she got a couple pictures of him playing on stage, which is pretty awesome, especially when they're either opening for Max and Igor Cavalera, the Cavalera Conspiracy, which is pretty awesome. So if you've never seen Cavalera Conspiracy, I highly recommend it. I've done it twice. There are some other bands I've seen two or three times, whether I wanted to or not. There's two bands actually, Five Finger Death Punch. I'm not a huge fan of theirs, but it's kind of cool. Which I didn't know he is actually from Denver, which was a real surprise. And he actually announced certain things during the concert that I was at, because he had his kids there, he has his dad there, I think is what it was. Yeah, it's kind of cool, and he does contribute some of the stuff back to veterans, which is really cool too. So that helps out. So it's always a really good thing when they involve veterans, because he was in the military apparently. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to headbang and like that subscribe button there. And don't forget to do that for me. I appreciate it. And hopefully, I'll get the technical difficulties um, squared away after a while. So, thanks for watching. Take care. And if you want to make a comment, please do. If you're in a band, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. At least that way, you can start talking to you. Maybe we can get something set up, and maybe not quite so late. We'll see. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good night.